F1 season has seen an exciting start to the season, with Vettel taking the first race of the season on sort of a technicality, guys. But he did win a race last season the same way. I think the rules either have to change, or I think Merck said there was a delay in the system. They thought they had 3-4 seconds, and it was actually less than that.
Yep.
So it boggles my mind that the same rules don't apply in the pit lane.
So, I mean, to your point, I called it a consequential win.
Yeah.
Because it was just one of those where I guess things happened at the right time. And
sure.
I mean, they've got all of these systems and programs that do a whole lot of
calculations.
A lot of calculations. And on this occasion, I guess the simulation for Mercedes, there was something out.
They were 2 seconds off.
Yeah. So the computer was kind of telling them that Lewis Hamilton's fine, even though there's a virtual safety car, or even if a virtual safety car happens, he's still fine. You know what I mean? He's still going to be able to maintain his lead. Whereas if they were about 2 to 3 seconds out, and he ended up losing his lead through a virtual safety lap, which to your point is one of those situations. It was not built for anyone to gain an advantage ultimately, because what a virtual safety car does is everyone kind of holds station. Yeah. But now the reality
to maintain a flat line.
Exactly,
to
maintain a flat line so that no one benefits, no one loses during a virtual safety car period. But on this one occasion, purely because of the glitch in the systems at Mercedes, they lost out in the end, and Lewis Hamilton lost out on.
But he can't call foul play because he's won like that before.
Yeah, it's not foul play. Sometimes in Formula One, you use the luck that you get.
Take your luck.
Because it could have been a safety car. You know what I mean? It could have been a safety car, and depending on where you are on the lap, you know, a safety car can either benefit you or it can put you really out of shape. But on this occasion,
I think we just we just got to have the same rules on the laps as in the grid.
Exactly. So I guess the easy way to get around this virtual safety car thing is no one is allowed to pit during a virtual safety car. Simple as that.
Well,
or if you pit, you maintain your position, or you literally go right to the back if it has to be a pit stop. But that's the only way to, I guess, to even out and make sure that no one definitely loses out during a virtual.
I was a bit disappointed with the Red Bulls. I know it's race 1, start of the season, everyone's funny, but that's everyone's wanting them to do so well.
I did say it comes down to the engine, but it comes down to the engine.
Until they can make their own engine.
I mean, the reality is while they rely on.
But I mean, before that, before Vettel, Sebastian moved to Ferrari,
well,
he was at Red Bull and he was performing.
Yeah, during that era, I guess engines were not as important as they are now. Formula One now is it's so much down to that motor. Yeah. So much is down to the motor that if you don't have
being able to go after a weekend, fine tune it, get the stats right. It's quite important.
It's those small things.
So can we say now Ferrari has actually improved on their engine 100%. Because now in Melbourne they finished 1 and 3.
They definitely have.
So it's engine and driver.
No doubt. There's absolutely no doubt. The best engine on reputation is the Mercedes, because it just is bulletproof. And then it always just generally has the 1 lap pace and it has the race pace. Ferrari are not far. I think race pace, they've shown that they are there and thereabouts with Mercedes, especially over long runs. 1 lap pace is still a bit of an issue, but I guess if you've got the race pace, the most important thing, and Sebastian Vettel kind of alluded to it while Hamilton was having a laugh during the press conference before the race after
he's
the
never
qualifying,
taken that seriously.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, he's happy for Lewis to keep smiling on Saturdays if he's the one who's going to be smiling on Sundays.
Well, there we have it. Fair. Guys, besides being a man crush Monday, Anthony Joshua can actually box. I know that we've got to say it. He's a man crush Monday who can box.
No, he's doing well. He's coming up slowly but surely, and he's actually winning. I was actually surprised that they went through 12 rounds. I mean, in a heavyweight boxing match, I mean, that's hardly So
the whole 12 rounds.
That's hardly something that actually happens. So I mean, I'm keen. What I'm looking forward to is the Wilder fight between him and Wilder. That would be very interesting. I think that's the next big thing after the retirement of Mayweather.
Mayweather, yeah.
Yes, after that, I think Anthony and Wilder would make a
We
great
need to
fight.
see another entertainer.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So I agree, man. I completely agree. I think the heavyweight division needed a bit of a jab or a bit of an adrenaline shot because it has been fairly quiet for a while. You know, middleweight has kind of dominated, especially during the era of Floyd Mayweather. And a lot of his opponents, I guess they've done a lot to promote that division as well. Whereas the heavyweight division has died down a bit. But I think the hype around, first of all, you know, AJ or Anthony Joshua, as well as Deontay Wilder, obviously, who, as an American, always has something to say.
Oh, definitely.
And he's come short of kind of calling out
versus an
AJ
American.
to say, your next match, you know, has to be against me. So I think there's still going to be a bit of hype around it until it eventually happens.
Yeah.
But potentially it's a unification kind of fight because, you know, between the two of them, they own all of the heavyweight belts.
Yeah. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this week also marks one of my favorite weeks. It's a Masters week. Now, if you are a golfer, you understand this hype around it. You'll stay up late at night to see the rounds. From the par 3 competition to the first round on Friday morning, it is exciting. Tiger's back in the mix. We've got Rory McIlroy wanting to win another title. Can Sergio Garcia win back-to-back? We'll have to see. We know Bubba Watson wants to go for the third one, the green jacket, but we'll have a look over the weekend and see how they do on Sunday.
Tiger being back at the Masters this year is a big thing, and it's
Ticket
big
sales.
of course,
Sales,
definitely. I
viewership.
mean, there's Tiger has got such a huge fan base, and especially in America. I mean, it's his home country, so
just to see him come back and play,
the vibe will be awesome there for Tiger, man. I mean, it'll be nice for him to actually come close and actually challenge for the green jacket.
Sergio Garcia maybe get it back-to-back?
That might be a bit of a push.
Yeah.
I think last season was a bit of a surprise as well. But I mean, I guess, you know, when you're consistently there and thereabouts, which Sergio has
and
been
his whole career,
for a number of
his whole career,
years. But to Pilar's point, I think we need to touch on the Tiger thing because Tiger Woods is essentially, you know, that once in a generation type of athlete.
Yeah.
What he did for boxing in his prime, I guess, or rather for golf in his prime was massive. Even guys who had no interest in golf before suddenly showed an interest because there was this guy who was blazing a trail of glory. And it's great to see him back, man. I just hope he finds form because there's nothing worse than watching a great struggle. For me, there's nothing worse than watching a great struggle. So I hope Tiger's back. And it's good that he is back in golf and looking good as well.
Yeah, he is.
Looking good as well.
Looking in fine form, sure.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to watch all the sports this weekend. Stay tuned and join in on our conversation. Hashtag Beyond the Final Whistle and tag @GridSports.